Hello, hello everybody, and welcome to Crafty Hour number 72. It's Kourtney here with Scrapbook-N-Memories in Harrisonville, Missouri. So, couple technical issues at the beginning there. I didn't have a go live button, but we figured it out. We got it fixed, and now we are live. So, happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for Crafty Hour. I hope you got a chance to watch Deanna's this morning. She went at 12 o'clock Pacific time. If you didn't get to watch her live, don't forget they are on replay. You can always go to our Facebook pages and catch them on replay. And we also have a YouTube channel. Both of us have YouTube channels that you guys can go on there and watch those also. Just give us a little time to get those uploaded. So we're going to kind of get boogieing, guys, because evidently I said I'm going to do 6 cards in an hour. So that is 10 minutes a card. Ken just told me good luck, 10 minutes a card. I try to keep them fairly easy. That way we could do 6 cards. And I will show you what I had left over for my half of the kit. That sliver of paper and the banner. That is all I had left. I used literally everything that was allocated to my half of the kit. For homework, you know, guys, I don't like a lot of homework. I like to do things with you guys. So it was really easy. It was basically grab some gems or some pearls, whatever you have in gold for embellishments. I always grab my jewel picker because I love that little thing. Something gold to splat. It could be watercolors. It could be paints. I really like this Nuvo Aqua Shimmer. It comes in the 3-pack of metallics, and this one is called the Midas Touch. I love to use that for splats. And then I literally said scraps. We have been saving these little 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch pieces of paper for this project. We are going to use our scraps for this project. So that's why I said just scraps. You could use literally your scraps left over from Deanna's kit for this Crafty Hour, because I know she had some on hers. So I'm going to pour some gems out here and get ready for that. And guys, we are going to get boogieing. Like I said, I got 10 minutes for each card. And I'm already behind 5 minutes. So no, it's okay. It's quick and easy cards, guys. If you already divvied your pack up and did Deanna's, we're doing half the pieces that are left. What I love about this kit is it had the envelopes with it. It had sentiments with it. And we had some patterned papers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just put our patterned papers in a pile. We've got our 6 card bases that we can put in a pile. And then we have our 6 toppers. And then we got our little banners. So I'm just going to put those little banners in 2 different piles. And then our little ephemera pieces. And that is it, guys. I'm telling you, this was a quick, fun, easy collection to do stuff with. I hope you guys love these little whimsical watercolor characters. They are just so darling. I know there were some stamps and dies that match and coordinate with this that some of you guys grabbed, so you can of course stamp off extras of those to make more little characters and watercolor them or Copic color them. Whatever you guys are comfortable with, you can do that. So we are going to start with, grab a card base. We're going to have it open like this. And I'll just put my cards right here as we go so you can see the card we are creating. So this one is just going to be a simple glue. Glue and go. Not all cards have to be complicated. We wanted to be able to make some quick, easy ones. And it was great. So there is 3 sets. So this is your first one you're grabbing. It's the pink plaid. We're just going to glue that down to our card with our crease at the top. So this is LDRS. This was new for them to do these whimsical little watercolor characters. There are 3 different sets. 2 of them we had as upsells when we were selling these kits. There was the Halloween set. There was the fall set, which is this one right here. And then there is a winter set. We still have the fall and winter still in stock, but we are sold out of the Halloween. And I think Deanna still has fall in stock, but you can check with her to confirm that. So what we're going to do is grab this little guy right here, this cute little fox. And we're going to grab his coordinating piece. And, okay, his coordinating piece. I'll set the card to the side. We got him, his coordinating piece, and then we're going to grab the banner. So we're grabbing the banner that's more flat. The more flat banner is the one we want. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're just going to put some liquid glue on here. Just some liquid glue, and we are going to just run it right across. I kind of go above the pumpkin a little bit, and I kind of go from like pumpkin to pumpkin. Okay, pumpkin to pumpkin, and we are just going to glue that flat, just like that. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to flip our little individual guy over. We're going to put foam dots on the back side of him, and we're going to play matchmaker. So we're just putting our pops. I love the Scrapbook adhesive foams. I think they have the best foams in there. These are just the little square ones that I cut in half. And then we're just going to put him on top and matchmake him. Easy peasy, just like that, guys. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to flip this guy over. And we're going to put foam tape on the back side. Now, I'm using the regular size foam tape, which I call the 54. If you want it to not be as high, you can use the one that we call the 108. And of course, this foam tape comes in black. It comes in white. And then we're going to bring our card back in. Make sure your crease is at the top. And we're just going to peel the back off and pop it. Okay. And like I said, we're starting kind of simple. And we're going to work our way up on our cards. So we're starting simple and working our way up. So there, we have that foam taped right there. Okay, we've got our sentiments here. We're going to use the one on the bottom. It says, "You make autumn extra sweet." And there's a couple of them I'm probably going to have to change because I cut this in half and Deanna got half of them and I got half of the other sentiments. So we're just going to kind of chunk this out. No rhyme, no reason. And what I just kind of chunked it out. And what we want to do is we're going to slide this guy under here and have it kind of there on the side. So I'm going to have to cut some off of this side because it needs to slide under. And just like that. We're going to do just like that. So I'm just going to take a pencil and make a mark. I find the pencil that actually is sharpened. I'm going to make a mark on the back side, and that's where I'm going to chop it. No rhyme, no reason. Whoops. And we're just going to slide that little sentiment right under there, just like that. And I'm going to glue that flat, guys, keeping it simple and easy. Like I said, simple and easy. We're going to glue that one flat. I love these little critters. I love watercolor. If you know me, I don't watercolor, but I love the look of watercolor. And these little critters are just precious. And when I put this on, I may try a little pink at the top and a little pink at the bottom there. And then the last thing is just to add some gold bling. Now, Deanna showed you the ones from Spellbinders, which are fabulous. They are a peel and stick. They're little gold fashion dots. They come in gold. They come in silver. The ones I'm using, I didn't have those. I had used all mine up, so I just used what I have, and I'm using the pink fresh ones. But unfortunately, you have to add glue to the back side of the pink fresh ones. But I'm going to put 2 there, and then I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3. And that is it for this. Hello, Becca. Hello, Mary. Hello, Gloria. Hello, everybody. Glad you are joining us and joining for another craft along. I hope you guys are really enjoying these. They've been really fun events. It's been fun for us to find different unique kits for you guys and kind of teach you different styles and different projects. So we hope you're liking the variety that we're bringing you. Okay, so there is card number 1, guys. Quick and easy, like I said. And look, we're only 2 minutes over. 2 minutes over. So I got 10 minutes a card. We'll see how we do. Okay, there you go. If I'm going too fast, yell at me, but I want to try to get all 6 cards in. Okay, don't yell at me too loud. So the next one we're looking for, the background, is the background that has these cute, it's kind of, oh, I don't even know what to call it. Pink? No, it's kind of more of the brown. I guess it's brown. It's the dots. It's the darker dot. You want the darker dot. There's 2 of them that have this cute little flower dot. You want the one that's darker, okay? And we are going to flip it over and do the back side. So our card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to chop a quarter off each side. So what we're going to do is cut it down so we have a little white. And it is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's what we're going to chop. 4 by 5 1/4. On the first card, we just left it all original. So each card, what I'm doing is I'm kind of kicking it up a little notch from the previous card, okay? We're kicking it up a little notch from the previous card. So once we have that, what we're going to do is just glue that right in the center of your card. You're going to have your crease on the edge, and we'll just glue them down. Welcome, Mary. It's our first time watching. Glad you're joining us. Okay, so we're just going to put that on with a little bit of white edge all the way around it. So each card, I kind of progressed a little bit from the previous card and added a little bit more. So this one, now we're going to add some splat. Sometimes when I do the splats, I splat the whole card. But on this one, I love those little critters, and I didn't want to have a random weird splat on their head. You know, sometimes when you splat black or you splat something, it never fails that it splats a big blob right where you don't want it. So what I'm doing is going from the top corner to the bottom corner. I'm not splatting the whole thing. I always kind of go from top to bottom at an angle. Because if you do the whole thing, it's just a little too much. But what we're doing is just kind of splatting the gold at an angle. At an angle. See that? Okay. So we're going to set this to the side and let it dry while we're doing our other pieces. We didn't really saturate it, so it will dry pretty quick, and we don't have to worry about that. So what we're going to grab for this one is this cute little mouse here. Okay. We're going to grab his coordinating piece. I used all the coordinating pieces. Okay. We are going to grab the banner that is flat again. So we're grabbing the flatter banner. And we're going to glue this flat again, but we're not going to put it on just quite yet. Okay. Not putting it on just quite yet. What we are going to do is go ahead and put our mouse. So we can go ahead and pop our little mouse on. And if we don't make it through all 6 cards, I'll post my photos. But I'm trying to go semi-quick so we can get to all 6 cards. I think I was a little over-ambitious. I just kept making and creating until I had nothing but dust done. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm done. I have them all done. Next, we're going to find in our sentiments the Sinden Cozy Pumpkin Wishes. And we need to cut that one down. So what I did is I just put it in my trimmer again. And we're just going to kind of chop it down. And I kind of kept it close. I think I'm going to chop some more off the bottom of that. I want it fairly close. I don't want too much extra white on this one. That looks good. And then what I'm going to do is cut. See, we cut like a little flags. The easiest way to cut the little flags is to cut down in the center just like that. And then you're going to come in at an angle and snip it. Come in at an angle and snip it. And that will give you your little banner. That one's a little too pointed. So I'm just going to go in a little bit more and snip it there. Okay. Same thing on the other side. You just cut it until you get to the point you want. And then you go in and snip it. Go in and snip it. And that is how you make your little banners. That one's upside down. That one was very, oh man. Sometimes stop while you're ahead. I'm gonna have to go in a little deeper on that one. I'm making it worse, guys. Okay, we're going with it. Stop while you're ahead. So we're just kind of going in. So it's easier to snip it in the front and then come out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to pop this piece. I'm going to put my pops here on the back side of it. Okay. And I'm just going to use my little baby pops and I'm going to put those on the back side. And then I'm going to bring my banner in. So my banner, I want it to come out here on the edges where I put those. So I'm just going to lay it, whoops, directly on top and press. Does that look straight? Straight-ish. So that way our banner, man, I am crooked, sideways, all kinds of stuff tonight there, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our card back in. And what I did is I just kind of took it and I tucked it right under his feet. Can you see that? We're just going to tuck it right under his feet and glue it. So I'm going to pull it back out. I'm going to put the liquid glue right on the banner. Okay, liquid glue on the banner. And then we're going to slide it under his little feet and center it. Just like that. Okay, we're going to flip the whole thing over and again put foam on the back of this. And then we'll pop the whole piece onto our card. Usually don't put my foam at an angle, but I ripped that first one too big, so we're going with it. Woohoo! Okay, we're going to bring that in, and then we're just going to put that right in the center. And then again, add some bling. There's something about 3 little dots of bling that just complete it. So I put 3 at the top and then kind of 2 at the bottom. When I put the dots, I always vary them in size. I don't ever put the same sizes with each other. I do like a small, medium, and large. Sometimes I do a thing of 3. Sometimes I just do 2. It just kind of depends on what the mood is or where we need just a little hint of color or a little bit of color. And there we go. There's card number 2. How are you guys doing? Are you keeping up? Am I going too fast? Okay, there's card number 2. All right. Next card is this one right here, the cute little girl. So we're going to find that paper. It has stripes on one side of it. Okay, there's stripes on one side. We're going to flip it over and use the back side of it. We are going to do the same size, 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. So we're just repeating what we did before. See how each time we just progress and add a little something different to it. Okay, we're going to put it on our white card base. Oh, Kay says she is keeping up. Star's keeping up. Perfect. Great. Thank you, guys. I didn't want you to feel like I'm racing through it, but I wanted to get all 6. Again, I feel like I'm overambitious, but I try to keep them nice and simple for you. Okay, so we're just going to glue that right in the center, and we have a little bit of white all the way around the outside edges of it. That one has a black fingerprint on it, but we won't bother with that one. Okay, and we're going to do our splat again. So far we've repeated the same thing we did on the last card. We've done the same edging. Now we're going to splat it. If you're not a fan of splats, that's okay, guys. You do not have to splat. You do not have to splat if you are not a fan of it. I think just a little bit of this silver or the gold kind of just made everything pop and kind of come out. Okay, so we'll set that aside to dry and we'll work on our cute little bunny. So we are looking for the bunny with the pumpkins. She's adorable. We're going to find her same matching coordinating piece. I just love these characters. They are adorable. Adorable. Okay, then we're doing a different banner this time. So the banner, this one, kind of does that, scares you. Does the splat scare you, Elena? I know sometimes it can go really south. The little banner, we're going to glue directly on here and kind of hug the pumpkins. That's why I'm kind of doing the splats just on the background and not doing the splat once the card is finished, because these are so cute and whimsical that I didn't want to end up with a big splat booger in the middle of her little face or in the middle of something. So that's kind of why the splats are going in the background to kind of accent a little bit, but not on top of everything, just in case we don't want to go south. Okay, so we're going to pop the little girl on top of her image. We glued the banner down flat. And now we're going to pop the little girl on top. And by using the metallics, they're a little bit more subtle. Oh, let me show you something that went south. This has nothing to do with this crafty hour, and I'm going to squirrel, so that means I get to go 3 minutes over now, right, guys? We were doing this class. He is adorable. This is a new Spellbinders die. And they gave us this new white splat, which I really, really like it. It's Hero Arts Acrylic Speckle. But I thought, because, you know, I don't pay attention to the teacher and I get ahead, I took the lid off and I did that. And I thought that's how we were supposed to apply it, was like that. And I ended up with like goose poop on here. So I don't recommend that. I squirt some out on the mat and then take a very fine paintbrush. And I find the finer the paintbrush, the better it turns out. So this one's a number 3. I have some that are a number 1. So I take a very fine paintbrush and splat, and you'll get better splats. Not this shooting star of goose poop is what it kind of looks like. Okay, so don't go south with your splats. You can always add more later. I know, right? Sometimes it just looks like goose went over. Okay, so there's that little guy. And totally, Becca says she might splat the shape die cut before adding the banner in the popped image. Absolutely. So you could splat your shapes and then add the little girl on top. And then that way she's safe. She's safe from all of the things that could happen to her. We're going to flip this over, and you guessed it, we're going to add that foam to the back side of it. Sometimes what I'll do too is I'll take like a scrap piece of paper or something, and I'll lay it over my image like this, and then I'll do my splats, and then that way I know my little girl or my little focal image doesn't get a bird. I can't stop calling them bird splats, because to me that's what it looks like. when I get a little too heavy-handed, they look like bird splats. A constellation. Yeah, it could be. It could be a constellation. Absolutely. I was going, yeah, shooting star, something. It was something. I thought, well, maybe I could put Rudolph up there, but then it'll look like Rudolph had, yeah, we're not going there. Okay, so there's our little girl on the top. We just popped her. Okay, now we're looking for our sentiment. Our sentiment is, you're the pick of the patch. Did I use that one yet? Nope. You're the pick of the patch. Okay, we're going to cut that one out. And we're just going to cut it down a little bit. I mean, yeah, I think everybody has Canadian geese, right? Because they migrate. Boy, they leave big poop. Okay, so then we got, you're the pick of the patch. We're going to run this from side to side. Ooh, mine is pretty dang close. I'm just going to make sure it should be 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Mine needs just a hair shaved off, like a hair of a hair. 4 1/4, and we're going to run it across the card. Then we're going to do the trick of using strips, just using little pieces. I'm going to see if any of my strips here are 4 1/4. So we're literally just digging in our scrap pile, guys. That's why we save even these pieces. These pieces we're like, yep, we can use, especially with this gold foil, this textured, because we can't get it anymore. It's been discontinued, guys. So use every inch, every millimeter, every piece that you have. Ooh, that one's going to work right there. That one's going to work. Okay, so we're literally just digging in your scraps, guys. We're using every piece. This is a trick to be able to make it look like, and I know Deanna does this a lot in her card classes too. We are going to make it look like it has foil on both sides without using that much foil. So you're just going to take a scrap, literally your scrap, and you're cutting it in half. Just cut it in half. Doesn't have to be anything special. You're just going to put your glue on the back side. Okay, glue on the back side. Uh-oh, I'm getting behind. And we are just going to glue it to that piece of gold. Okay, so we will have gold. Oops. Wet glue shifted on me. We will have gold at the top, and then we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. And you want to make sure it's straight. Don't worry about the hangover. You can always snip the hangover once it's dry. So we want it along this top. So then again, what we're going to do is put adhesive on the back side, just a little strip. Again, you're just taking your scrap that we cut in half. And this is why we throw nothing out, especially when it comes to the beautiful metallics. Look at that, guys. Okay, so now it looks like we have foil all the way around it, but we literally just used our little scraps. Okay, and then we'll just take our scissors or our trimmer or whatever we have, and we will snip that. Okay, we'll snip it. And then this goes at the bottom of the card. You can pop it, or you can put it flat. It's whatever you want to do. I am just going to glue mine flat. So a great trick to use up those itty bitty little strips that you don't know what to do with. This textured card foil is also very forgiving. I've gone and pieced some of mine together to make sure I use it all. I have literally pieced it because with the texture, you can't really tell where those creases are. Okay, there we go, guys. Look at that. I didn't add any gems to this one. I thought the gold on there at the bottom of the strip gave us enough. Okay, so that's card number 3. We good? Good, good. Okay, the next one, we're going to get a little bit fancier, kicking it up a notch each time. We're going to look for this one right here. And we are going to make some cuts. So on this side, we're going to measure up, and it's just very random, guys. I just eyeballed this, but I know you guys are going to want measurements. So we're going to go on this side, and we're going to go up 2 inches and make a mark. 2 inches right there and make a mark. Then on the other side, we're going to go 4 1/4. And it doesn't have to be exact, guys. When I first did this, I just eyeballed it in my trimmer. Literally. 4 1/4. So I have here at 2 inches and here at 4 1/4. You can put it in your trimmer. You can put it on whatever you want, but basically what you're going to do is take this line and this dot and line up your dots. Line up your dots and slice. Save this guy for later. And I am going to erase my little pencil mark. I see my pencil mark right there, and it's going to be covered anyways, okay? Okay, so there's that piece. Now comes our little scraps again. Remember this little guy here? Yeah, we got these little scraps. We're going to glue him right at the top and go across that. So now we're just going to put a little bead, and by putting this little bead of glue here and that gold foil, it just breaks the eye up when you're looking at that pattern paper against that white. So we just want to break the pattern up, okay? We're just going to glue that on there, and then we'll just flip it and snip. Snip at the top, snip at the bottom. Okay, we're going to flip and snip. Then we're going to bring our card base in. I always make sure mine open on the right side because they don't always. And we're just going to glue that piece down. Okay, and guess what we're going to do? It's going to get some splats. It's going to get some splats. It's like once you start splatting, you can't stop. Or is that just me? Or am I comparing splats to like potato chips? Once you start splatting, once you start eating potato chips, you can't stop. Okay, same thing. I'm starting at the top left-hand corner and just coming down. So I just kind of like to squeeze this guy out onto my mat. And you can kind of see that there and get it nice and kind of juicy. And then just go in and splat. I find that this is a more controlled splat. I love my watercolors too. I can take my watercolors and splat with those. I mean, anything that splats is great. Whoop! And then I just rolled it right through that pile. Okay, so there we go. There's that background. Beautiful. We're going to find our cute little mouse, and we're going to give him a bunch of pumpkins. Instead of if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a mouse a pumpkin. So we're going to find our matching pumpkin. We're going to flip him over and add the pops to him. I'm going to flip him over and pop him just like that. And then now we're going to gather pumpkins and kind of dress them up. So the first pumpkin I grabbed was this big one here. Has a big one and a small one. We're going to grab this little pumpkin with the little curly Q. We're going to grab the double pumpkins and then the single pumpkin. So pretty much we grabbed all of the pumpkins, but this one, but the 3 set. Okay, so the first doubly pumpkin, we're going to glue him flat, and we're just going to peek him behind our little mouse. So he's just kind of sticking out a little bit. We're just stacking some pumpkins. Okay, make sure your pumpkins are straight. Beautiful. Then we're going to take the pumpkin with the stem curling to the right. I love pumpkins that have the fun stems and stuff on them. Anytime I'm looking for pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns, I always look for the ones with the cool shapes, but also the coolest stems. Okay, so that's going to get glued flat right there. We're just kind of stacking our pumpkins. Okay, this pumpkin's going to be popped, and what I'm going to do is take a little pop and stick it right there by his foot, and then put the pumpkin right down on him that way. There we go. Same thing with the next bundle of pumpkins. They're going to go kind of right here. So I know I can put a pop right here on the corner, and I'll be okay. It's not going to interfere with anything. And the other one, I'm going to put right here. Okay, that way I know. Evidently, my pop dots are covered in dog hair or something. Like every single one of them's got a fuzzy. Don't know how that happens. Okay, so we'll pop those pumpkins just like that, kind of bring them down a little bit. And we're building a little cluster of pumpkins. We're then going to pop this entire piece. So we'll flip and pop, flip and pop. It's kind of like those fun interactive cards, aren't they? Are they called flip and pop? Pop and flip? I don't remember. Sounds like a fun interactive card. Then we're going to put that right in the center of our card. I'm telling you, Ken and Deanna were naysaying us, but I think we're going to get it, guys. Okay, there we go. Then we're looking for our sentiment. It says, "Hello, pumpkin," and we're just going to chunk it up. Just chunk it up. Trim her down. And on mine, because some people always say, how do you know how close to cut it, or how do you cut it? On my trimmer, what I'm doing is, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but on my trimmer, there is this plastic protector right here. And then you have the cutter. The cutter comes out about, is it about 1/4 of an inch? It's about 1/8 of an inch. Comes out about 1/8 of an inch. What I do is I put mine in here until I see the edge of my print, and I don't know if you can see it, but the edge of my print touches the edge of that plastic. Can you see it? It's right at the edge of the plastic. That's where I line mine up. So anytime I'm cutting, it kind of helps give me equal all the way around it. So I just go until my print or whatever I'm cutting and trimming is up to the edge of that plastic protector bar. Okay, again, guys, we're looking for scraps. So we're just going to find a gold scrap, any scrap. Ooh, look at that one. That one's like perfect. Digging in your scraps to find a scrap, love it, that you can mat this on. I didn't do any math. I didn't do any precise measurements. I just chunk up my little Hello Pumpkin, make them equal on all 4 sides. Then when I glue them down, I make sure he has equal on my scrap. I have equal at least 2 sides, and then you can always trim off the other 2 sides. But I have equal at 3 sides, so then I just chop off the last side. Okay, so when you're doing your scraps, always give it equal at 2 sides, and then you just trim the rest of it. And look at that, perfect, perfect. And then I'm just going to put liquid on here, and we're just going to glue Hello Pumpkin right there, just like that. Just putting liquid glue on the back. How are we doing on time? See, it's just those little hints and tricks, guys. And I don't know if those were meant to be on there or if it's just a happy accident, but that's how I line up mine on my trimmer. I go to the edge of that little, it's like a reference point for me. Okay, there we go. There is card number, what is that, number 4? Oh, we're good. See, I'm right at it. We're only 3 minutes over on my 10 minutes per card, but I did squirrel to talk about white splat, so that put us behind. Okay, here's our next card. Next card, we're using up some scraps. So we're gonna look for our green stripe, and we're gonna glue that down to our card, okay? The crease is gonna be at the top. Okay, we're going to glue the green down. Then we've got that little scrap that we had before, had the plaid on one side. We're going to take this and we're going to triangle it. So we're going to do, and if you want to keep it full like this, by all means keep it full like that. I kind of wanted to make it a triangle. So that's where I'm just going to put it in my trimmer and kind of go tip to tip. Again, no measurements. We're keeping it easy, guys. And I'm going to chop it. So that is literally our own scrap. So then I'm going to put it in here and see how it looks. I want to have it, and it looks perfect to me. Might take a little bit more off of it, but I wanted it to have a little bit of green stripe all the way around it. I didn't want to have it all the way to the edge. So when we're going to put it on, we're going to have a little bit, see that? A little bit of the background all the way around it. And again, this print kind of mixed in for me and it disappeared. So what we're going to do is these scraps, guys, I'm telling you, we are using our scraps. You will never throw a sliver away ever again. Never, ever, ever. Okay, so I'm just going to straighten this scrap up. And I'm going to put glue along here. And I'm going to glue that strip to the top side. Now, it will be a little bit wider than my original one, but that's okay. It's a scrap. We are just layering our scraps. Then we're going to flip and snip. Flip and snip. So this is what we've got. I did feel like it was a little blah. So this piece right here, I give it some splats. Just that piece, nothing else on the card. Just that piece. Okay, we're going to set that to the side for a sec and let it dry. And we're going to find our precious little bunny. We're going to find the banner that is pretty flat. pretty flat. And we are going to glue it right behind her. Okay, we're going to glue it flat right on top of her. So then we'll have it kind of poking out behind her. So I'm just kind of following like the curves of her dress. Curves of her dress. Make sure it's straight, kind of in the center. We're going to find the coordinating bunny. We're going to pop that bunny. We are going to pop that bunny. So I hope you guys are enjoying the crafty hours. Like I said, me and Deanna are always on the hunt to find you different kits, different styles, bring you some fun crafting that you can do in only an hour. Okay, so we're going to flip this over and add foam to the back side, because we always love to craft and we want to make stuff, but we don't always have time to sit and do a 3-hour class or a 4-hour class. But we can find time to have a little bit of an hour of a little bit of therapy. So that was kind of how Crafty Hour originated, and it just keeps going. You guys, and we're going to glue this flat. You guys just keep loving it, and we keep going. So I hope you guys are enjoying them. As always, our Crafty Hours are on Thursdays. We try to space them out. We do 2 a month. If you're joining us for the first time, we do 2 a month. And whenever we have a Crafty Hour on a Thursday, then we go live with our next Crafty Hour the following day. So tomorrow, Friday, at 8 o'clock Pacific and 11 o'clock Central Time, we will go live with the next Crafty Hour. Okay, so this one, I put You're the Pick of the Patch. I'm out of that one. I don't have that one in mind anymore, so I'm going to use Sending Cozy Pumpkin Wishes. So tomorrow will be the announcement. We've already created the Facebook event, so if you guys click that you're attending, Facebook will kind of give you that gentle reminder yet tomorrow when we go live. Okay, and then this piece is just going to poke under here. And I'm going to glue it flat, and then I'll just snip whatever hangs over. Oh, look at that, guys. 750. I am right on it. We are going to knock it out of the ballpark. Those naysayers. We could do 6 cards in an hour. Okay, then we're going to flip and snip. Flip and snip. Okay, flip and snip. We are going to add some bling. This one I felt like needed 1, 2, 3. She just looked a little blah. Tomorrow's announcement, we kind of already showed you guys a sneak peek, and I think some of you already kind of have a hint or an inkling of what tomorrow's vendor will be for that Crafty Hour. It is going to be a fabulous one. You guys are going to love it. You are going to love it. I'm going to say, excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Hold music, right? Okay, we're back. Okay, so that little girl should be done. And we're still good on time. We got it. So that is card number 5. Card number 5. Okay, last one, girls. Last one. This one's going to get a little bit more creative. So what we're going to do is I wanted to get the look of 2 pieces of paper out of 1 piece of paper. And of course it's double-sided, okay? Double-sided. So you can flip it and use the other side. Okay, got it? So what we're going to do, is we're going to cut 1 1/4. Okay, so 1 1/4. We're going to put in our trimmer and we're going to cut that off. Okay, 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And we are going to set that to the side. We're going to reserve it and we're going to flip it over. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have that attack again. Oh, okay, get some water. Okay, 1 1/4. So we want to make sure our card is still this width. So that's 4 1/4. 4 1/4. We're going to take it, and right now it should, oh, is it squared? Hey, did we make a square? We did make a square. Look at us go. So that's 4 1/4. So we're going to cut this now in half. Okay? So it'll be 2 and like an 1/8. It can be ish-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be ish. Okay? It can be ish-ish. Ish-ish. Is that a word? Ish. Ish. I keep saying the same thing like it's going to be something different, but it's not. Okay, so these 2 pieces that we have, so here's our paper, basically. There's that strip, there's that strip, there's that strip, okay? We are going to add glue to the top and glue it. Oh, great. This is one of your all-time favorites. Awesome. I love you guys are loving these kits. We try to bring you a little bit of variety, different styles, different holidays, different seasons. So we love that you guys are loving these. Okay. And then the other one's going to go at the bottom. So you're going to see that gap. That gap is where we cut pretty much that piece of paper. So a lot of times people say, oh, I hate double-sided paper because I love both sides. I love double-sided paper because I love both sides, because you don't have to use it as a whole piece. You can cut it up or snip it up or use bits and pieces of it, guys. And this is perfect. Okay, so then I'm going to look in my scraps, and I don't know what we have in our scraps. Do I have anything that size? Whatever the scrap is or whatever the size is, you want to make sure it's going to cover your hole. There we go. That covers our hole. You just want to make sure it covers your hole, which essentially has to be bigger than that pink piece of paper that you did, okay? Okay, I'm not going to fiddle with this any longer. I'm just going to use this piece of paper, okay? We're going to use this piece of paper. And we're going to put that onto a gold piece. Now, we want to have equal. Nope, that's wrong, guys. I am sorry. That is wrong. Equal on all 4 sides. So we are going to... I did something different on the original card and I forgot. So we do need to cut off the edge of this. Because I was using scraps. So on my original, I'll show you what I did on my original and then see where I'm going. So my original, I had this guy on here, okay? Then I took my scraps and I pretty much put my gold with my little bit of pink here. And then I did the same thing to the other side. And I don't know if this gold is big enough. I think this gold is big enough. We're going to cut it in half and see. I'll show you what I originally did. Okay, so it is 1 inch. We're going to cut it at 1 inch and see if it's big enough. Yep, we are good. So I'll stick to what I was originally doing. So I put liquid adhesive on the back of that pattern paper and I stuck it down. Okay, so we have gold on the top, gold on the sides. Okay, gold on the top, gold on the sides. Again, we're just using scraps. We're not using a lot of paper. We're using scraps. And then I went in and glued this piece down. Just like that. Because it's going to be hidden with this piece that we're putting on anyways. So why not? Do make sure you're putting the glue on the polka dotted side and not the pattern side. I messed that up on my first card. So if you look closely, mine is 2 different colors of paper because I was using the scrap. Oop, I got liquid glue on that. So this is why I didn't give you measurements for your gold papers. And I literally just said, let's use our scraps up because we've been collecting them in little baggies, haven't we? Okay, and then that will be hidden when we put her on. Look at that. And nobody will ever know, except for my glue globs, that we pieced that together. So I'm going to flip this girl and put adhesive foam tape on the back side of her. And once I start talking, my throat. Get some water. Excuse me. Make sure our little Foxy is right side up and she's adorable. We have 2 banners left. We're going to grab the banner and this time we're going to kind of flip it and we're going to have it kind of right there in the center of her body and we're gluing this flat. Okay, we're going to glue it flat. Then we're going to pop our little fox. Thank you, Mary. See, there's just little hints and tricks where you can use every little piece of cardstock. And sometimes it's hidden, so why waste a full piece if you're not going to see it anyways? Okay, then we have our pumpkin. I'm going to put a little baby dot right down here by her tail. The little dog hair on it. Oh my gosh, seriously? And we're going to pop that pumpkin. Just kind of right in the corner, kind of tuck it a little bit, just like that. And then whatever sentiment you have left, I have left Hello Pumpkin on my original one. I have You Make Autumn Extra Sweet. We are just going to take and square that up. We're going to trim it up. Hello, pumpkin. And then we're going to find some scrap again. and use our scraps. Ah, that one works. Look at that, guys. We did perfect time. Perfect time for 6 cards. So as I'm kind of finishing that up, I'm just going to put a pop dot there and pop it. And I'm going to thank you all. Thank you, everybody, for trusting the process, for joining us twice a month to do these crafty hours. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for purchasing these kits. That's how we can keep doing these. And we hope you are enjoying the crafty hours. And as long as you guys keep loving them and participating, we will keep doing them. So thank you so much, everybody. Tomorrow will be the reveal of the next crafty hour. It'll be crafty hour number 74. I think we're on. Where did my bigger pop dots go? I lost my bigger ones. Crafty hour number 74 will go live tomorrow. We've already created the event. It'll go live at 9 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Central. Deanna will walk you through the entire kit to show you everything that's in it. And I'm telling you guys, you are not going to want to miss it. This kit is jam-packed again. It is a great value. There is so much in it. You're going to love it. You're going to love the vendor, and I'm excited to design with them. So there we go, guys. We completed in 1 hour 6 amazing cards. So I hope you guys had fun. I cannot wait to see your versions and what you came up with. And don't forget to post your creations in the Crafty Hour Creations private Facebook group. That group is there for you guys to post and share what you've made. I know we still have a couple of these kits, so if you weren't able to grab them, we still have them on our website, Crafty Hour number 72. And we do have some of the winter kits from LDRS too. I think we're down to our last 3 or 4, but they're kind of the same idea. They have the card bases, your envelopes, your papers, your die cuts, and all your pieces that go with those. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a fabulous time crafting. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow for the reveal. As always, happy crafting. Bye-bye.